So it's Ribble Link Day. I'm going off to help some friends with their boat take it across the Ribble Link. We're doing the from Preston to Tarleton crossing. So you get all the locks to start with, go through all the locks and then out through the Savick Brook, turn right out into the Ribble Link, poodle along there for a couple of miles, and then at the Asland Lamp turn left up the River Douglas. It's the first time that I've done this way. I've done the Ribble Link coming from Tarleton to the Lancaster Canal twice. So this is the top of the Ribble Link. There's two narrowboats at the looks of it crossing, and then the little blue one over there in the distance is what I'm going to be crossing on today. So we're just at the top of the Ribble Link. This is where you drop down the first set of locks down to the Savick Brook, and there's a little hold'em basin just over there. That's where the boats all stop overnight, or you can stay further down the Lancaster Canal if you wish. The link usually runs from April through to October. The last crossing we did last year was on the 1st of October, which was coming from Tarleton to Preston, so it was the last crossing of the year. They only ever let 6 boats through at a time as well, just to keep with the tides. So we start the journey today dropping down the first set of locks. There's 3 locks here, and they're quite tall ones, so the narrowboats have to reverse into this one. The GRP that we're going across in today won't need to reverse in, that'll be able to go straight round and through, so it'll be nice and easy. Now as far as the link goes, it starts getting really quite narrow here. Gets pretty muddy and dirty down here. Hopefully we'll find my push pole that we lost in here last October when I was bringing narrowboat kit through here, and because it was the first time that I'd sailed narrowboat kit through something so narrow, we spent quite a bit of time going up and down the bank. And then this is the last self-manned lock before you come to the sea lock. At this section here you have to wait for the level to get to the right height to be able to get underneath the bridge, and then it's straight out into the Savick Brook and then off onto the link. So we're probably going to stop and have some lunch there. So we've just come out through the sea lock. You can't even tell it's a lock really. It's a hydraulic thing that drops down under the depth of the water, so there's a sill there. And then you just run through this tidal section now that takes you out to the Ribble Link. After turning right from the Savick Brook into the River Ribble, remember to keep the central navigation for about 3.5 miles. The next thing to look out for is the 5-mile perch, and you want to make sure that you sail to the right hand side of this. It's commonly known as the Asland Lamp, and it's also got the name Asland Lamp just above it. Yeah, as I said, just sail to the right hand side of the perch, but certainly don't sail behind the lamp itself. there's a training wall that comes out from the marshland there. Once the tide's going back out, it can get you stranded there. Once you've sailed to the right of the Asland Lamp, you'll be on the River Douglas. Just be aware of some strong tidal currents here, especially by the perch as well. Take it slightly wider because the tide may be starting to change at this time. That's it. It's starting to rain. The weather is not very good now. The sunshine has left us. Boo. Now you've turned left into the River Douglas, you're on the home straight up to the Tarleton Lock. This part of the navigation is about 4 miles long. It's a quite nice journey at this point, and the wildlife just on the banks is amazing. It's all really flat marshland. The only thing to watch out for, I suppose the only navigational note, is that just as you get about halfway down the River Douglas, there's a marina just on the right hand side, and there's one entrance into the marina. Just make sure that you take it wide round to the left and carry on heading up the Douglas and don't head into the marina itself. And once you've got up to the Tarleton locks, the lock keepers will be ready to see you straight into the lock. Sometimes when a couple of boats get to the Tarleton lock all at the same time, it's only going to allow 2 of you through at any one moment. So you will, if you're one of the latter boats, you will just have to wait, and that'll just mean keeping the boat in the same position in the middle of the River Douglas. Don't forget that the tide will be against you at this point. So if there is a little bit of space you can keep between the boats as you're moving up the River Douglas and through the Ribble, that might be advisable, just so you're not hanging about too long inside the River Douglas.